There's a wealth of information out there when it comes to parenting our kids. But most of it doesn't really address the real problem or give us the right information. Arguments about which way works best. Should we use timeouts, punishments, or how about that old naughty step? Listening to someone in the school playground or the forum isn't a fix for a problem. But understanding your child is. So if you're tired of searching the endless stream of people's opinions, then it's time to shift to using some simple methods that really can help your child focus and listen when you need them to. Training martial arts for almost 50 years of my life, and half of that 25 years teaching martial arts to thousands of students, has really helped me to deep dive into child development and help understand what it is they really need to get them to listen and to focus, and it's not what you think. My journey into martial arts took me on the child development path, learning brain biology, science and psychology for children, understanding about the neural pathways and auditory processing and what's really needed to help our children to start listening. And it's not what we think. It's not that they're naughty, misbehaving, or have a bad attitude or bad behavior. It's simply science in the brain. And if we connect with that, we can really help them. So in this video, I'm going to outline some fun-based games you can play at home that can really build those neural pathways into auditory processing today to help strengthen their auditory processing. And this isn't just going to help them and develop the focus and the listening skills. It's going to take away the stress and the anxiousness of parenting someone when you have to shout 1 million times just to get them to do one thing. But it's also going to add a great family connection between you because you're working and building together in a fun-based environment. So let's take a look at my first fun-based home game that you can use right now today that's really going to help your child develop that super auditory processing. Let's get started. So the first game we're going to introduce you to is a game called Attention, and it's one of the most popular games here at my martial arts school. Quite simply what we do is we're going to get your child to start in one place and have them go backwards and forwards. So you're going to say go and they're going to move, and when I say attention, they're going to freeze. And why does it work, and why have I used it for many years, and how has it helped so many people? So when we say go, instead of saying go, we are going to use trickery, and we're going to trick them, and we're going to say things like ghost, goose, goofy, Goku, go-kart, maybe even snow, toe, Joe, all these things to trick them. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, snow! So with this attention game, we're going to give the anticipation of a reward, which releases the chemical dopamine. So they're going to anticipate that they're going to win, that they're going to beat us. We're going to tell them we're going to try and trick them. On your marks, 3, 2, 1, goat. 3, 2, 1, goose. And they're not going to go. Hopefully, if they do go, we're going to say, hey, we tricked you, we're winning, come back. So then we play again, and then we say 3, 2, 1, go, and they finally get it, they win. So they had the anticipation that we're going to trick them, the anticipation that they're going to win, which is the dopamine release, which counters the cortisol, which is really what we want to do. So they say that our brain creates 5 million plus neural pathways an hour. We want to direct some of them away from all of this looking to learn, the kinesthetic, the mirror neurons, and put them into auditory processing. So the more we can train the auditory processes to listen, because we're going to try and trick you, the stronger they're going to get. Like if you went to the gym today and you started lifting a weight, hopefully your muscles start getting bigger. In a few good rounds, few months, your muscles are going to get bigger. And this is exactly what's happening in the brain. The neural pathways responsible for auditory processing, and they're going to be built like they're lifting weights every time you try and trick them. On your marks, get set, go. Are you ready? Attention. They stop. Now we get another chance to trick them. But we can also trick them on attention. Are you ready? Achoo! Sorry, I wasn't saying attention. But now this gives us a great fun game that we can play with our child at home. So with the first game in the bag, let's move to the second one. Now the second game is a game changer. And it's one of the ones that rated top when it helped build those neural pathways for auditory processing. Now I'm sure you've seen this game before, red light, green light, but let's change it. let's turn it to, we call it ninja freeze. So you're going to turn your back to the child and they're going to walk towards you and have to tag you on the back. The thing is, they're only going to be allowed to walk when we're counting. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, turn around and say freeze. But of course, we're not going to say 1, 2, 3. We're going to say go. We're going to say once upon a time. We're going to sing one day, so that we trick them every single time, which is why this really puts this right at the top of building those neural pathways into great auditory processing, because they're not only going to be tricked, but they've got to think, are you saying the right words? Should I go on this one, on that one? That's why it's at number 1. So if you do manage to catch them out, if you do manage to catch them out, then you're going to send them back to the beginning, turn your back on them, 1, 2, 3, freeze. They're only moving when you're counting. So if you've been enjoying this content, please hit the subscribe button below, because I have plenty of new content and videos in the works and they're going to be released real soon. Plus, it really helps my channel. So one of the big things we need to take in consideration when we're playing these games is the expectation. So children at different ages will respond differently. Some will learn quicker, some will learn longer. An example is, I took my child recently as she's moving up to high school, and we went to high school and we sat in the audience, and the head teacher brought out 2 students and said how well these students were doing. But what we got to understand, that these 2 students are the top in the class at everything they do, which is why they're being presented. They are not the average child. But what do most people do? And that is look at these 2 students and think, why isn't my child just like them? So when you're talking about 3, 4, 5 and 6-year-olds, you have to remember that their brain is still maturing. Maturing means they will be able to do some of it, sometimes, and they'll be very good at it. But other times they won't. They won't be able to do it every single time. Their cognitive flexibility is not strong enough yet, but they can do it now and again, which is our job to help them. Like when we go to the gym, the more we do, the stronger we're going to get. So don't forget, hit the subscribe button, maybe check out some of my other videos on my channel, and thank you so much for watching.